Now that we've got our list of results, we might consider ways to narrow these down even further. As I mentioned, we only have 67 results, so it might not even be necessary. It might just be worth looking through the list that we have. However, if we look here right below the search window, we can see things like we can narrow down by publication date, by source type. I already recommended not selecting full text because full text is going to get rid of articles that we can read right now. But there's also all filters. And if I click on this, we can see, yes, we still have peer reviewed selected. Yes, we still have, we're only looking for research articles, which is very helpful. But I can also scroll down and see the major headings. Now this is very, very useful because this is showing us, of those 67 results, what are the most common subject headings that we're finding. And in this case, we can see the top 3 are pediatric obesity, Hispanic Americans, and health promotion. So we already know that the ones that we're using to search are the most frequently found subjects within these results. However, we might see things that inform us even further. We see physical activity. We see nutrition education. And if I click on the 43 more, we can see the complete list of all of the subject headings being used among these results. And so we might think, okay, school health education. I want to see how school health education can be used to promote the prevention of pediatric obesity. I might look at early childhood interventions. This is really helpful because if you're not quite sure how you want to narrow down your results, or if you want to narrow down in a more specific topic to cover, this gives you a really good idea of what those topics might be and what you might want to consider. It's better to know that there's research about this than to sort of scroll through 67 results and try to find stuff that you might think fits it. Now, I'm not going to select any of these right now because I want to save that for you after this video. However, I do just briefly want to show you how you can access the articles themselves. If I click on a title, we can see here that it doesn't actually take us to an article. It gives us a lot of information. It includes the subjects and the abstract, but we don't actually have the article itself. In order to do that, I can use this link here, which reads "Find it at Pollock Library." And when I do that, now, if I want to look at one of these articles, what I can do is look at these links right here. And this is going to tell us whether or not we have the actual article. In this case, it says "Find it at Pollock Library," which means we don't have it in this specific database. But if I click on this link, it takes us to the page in OneSearch, where in this case, it tells us this article is available through another database called Springer Link Journals. So I can click on this to be taken directly to this article. Going back to the list of results, sometimes you might find an article that looks like this. In this case, it has not "Find it at Pollock Library," but "Access Options." And if I click it, I can see, and if I click this, I can see that we have the options to view this as a PDF or the online full text. Either one of these is going to take me to this article where, especially in the case of the PDF, I can download this and save it for later. And that is really important and can be very useful in making sure you can get back to this research. There's also an Generate AI Insights button. What this is going to do is give you a very brief overview of the article. It's okay. I'm not going to tell you to put too much effort into that or to use that too heavily because it really is just taking information out of the abstract, and it's probably better for you to read the abstract yourself. The other thing we can do is get citations. If I look over here, there's the option to save this, and if I click on Tools, we see Cite right away, and I can select Cite, and sure enough, it brings up a citation in APA 7th edition, and we can see this right here. From there, you can copy it to your clipboard, and then you are good to go. So that is how you can sort of narrow down these results further and also how you can access them. Lastly, I want to show you what it looks like when we don't have access to an article. In this case, it's saying we do not have current access to the journal Childhood Obesity. That isn't saying we can't get it for you, it's saying we don't have current access for it. If you choose to click Sign In for more options, you can do that. And suddenly a new link appears saying Get a digital copy, which means we can have this delivered to us within 1 business day. So do not run away if you don't see an available database that has this article. You can always get this delivered to you free of charge. It usually takes less than 1 business day. So that's what I wanted to show you briefly, is mostly how to narrow down these results and also how to access the actual articles. Now that you have this information, let's try a quick exercise to see how you can further narrow down these articles and get citations.